good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome back to my channel. Thank y'all so much for stepping back in. Thank y'all so much for tuning in to see what I have to say. I promise y'all it truly does mean the world to me. But with that being said, let's hop into it. We're talking about Quant Network, okay? And we're going to tackle Quant Network's role in EBAday so you guys can truly understand how powerful Quant Network is becoming globally as far as payments. Remember, they are the foundation of digital finance. Remember that, y'all. So with that being said, this first video, we're going to just dive into Quant Network's take on EBAday specifically, okay? So without too much lackluster, my boy Maximus Crypto, you rock. Here you go. Quant Network's take on EBAday. I'll be right back.
May 13th. But again, we saw EBAday basically, happen not even a month ago, I think. So it says, under the banner of orchestrating the dialogue on payments, the collaborative advantage this year is the Euro Banking Association's flagship conference and exhibition. And of course, it really took place in Lisbon. And that, of course, allowed Gilbert Verdian to do his final call to action. But again, it's understanding that Summit did this whole thing of leading payments and transactions to the banking executives, but don't dismiss this. More than 1,000 financial service professionals met there. Well, of course they would want to meet there. They're going to want to meet, like, no pun intended, the orchestrator. So it ranged from trend payment technology, but again, understanding orchestration. And again, founder, CEO, Gilbert Verdian, part of that panel. And again, his call to action.
Now you just saw directly from the Quant's website talking about EBAday, you guys. Follow what I'm saying when I'm telling you what I am telling you in regards to Quant Network. It's incredible. But this next video is coming from the man, the myth, the legend. Like, come on, Mr. Gilbert Verdian himself. And where is he at? At EBAday, doing an interview, talking about the pathway of programmable payments. You know what Overledger is. Know what the service that they are providing to central banks. Things like Project Rosalind showed them what is capable. Okay? Follow what I'm saying. But without further ado, Gilbert Verdian out of his own mouth at EBAday. Here you go.
Hello and welcome to FinExtra TV. I'm Alex Lippic. You join us here in Lisbon for EBAday 2024, and I'm delighted to be kindly joined in the studio by Gilbert Verdian of Quant. Gilbert, thank you so much for taking your time out of your busy schedule to come and see us today. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Alex. It's great to be here.
Absolute pleasure. So we're going to be discussing programmable payments. So set the scene for us if you can. How can programmable payments really benefit both personal and business financial transactions, do you think?
So if you look at the system today, we don't have digital money. We've got electronic money. And money today can only do two things. It's a push and a pull. So we're very limited with the current system that we've inherited because there's not much else you can do with the money and the whole financial system. And what we set out to do with the work that we've done using DLT and the work in central bank digital currencies, we set out to find what is so different about digital currency, digital money. And so what we've seen is we're moving to digital finance because we're transforming the nature of money from electronic to digital. And that means programmability plays a big part. It gives the ability to program logic into money for the first time. You can code events, actions, all of those things that are very complicated to do on both ends of a transaction. You can embed that into money. And so programmability is a way for you to automate very complex B2B consumer workflows into money. And a very simple example, if I can say, is direct debits. Yeah. So you get paid at the end of the month, your salary comes in, you've got your direct debits, and your utilities mortgage, it goes out. Sometimes, for whatever reason, money is taken out before your salary is put in, so you're overdrawn. And that's a really bad experience, you get all the texts. So what you can do with programmability is you can say, when my salary is paid, 1 hour after it's paid, take my mortgage, take my utility, take my phone bills. And that's programmability. So it's a bit of a game changer in the way you transact.
what about the role of RLN? What role does RLN play in programmable payments, in your opinion, in advancing that kind of process?
So the whole transformation of electronic to digital has to be a collaborative method. Each bank can't do it on their own. So RLN is a project that all the banks came together. There's RLN UK, which we're involved in, and it's a way where the banks are building, co-designing, and creating tokenized money, digital money, with all their counterparties and their peers. And so what we're doing in the project is really enabling the whole infrastructure, connecting to banks using traditional connections and traditional rails, but then connecting to digital CBDCs and other types of rails where you can have interoperability of all forms of money. So in RLN, it's the industry innovating, and it's the industry collaborating to build the next generation of payment infrastructure.
Sure. Thank you so much. Really interesting insight. How can, in your opinion, innovation in programmable payments really help prevent failed transactions, if we look at that one?
So if you look at transactions today, you don't know the state of transactions. A lot of payments are done on messages where something is sent, something is returned, and there's a lot of reconciliation that has to happen on both ends to understand, did it even go through, did it even work, have you got the money in, then you have to call someone and check on their end, can you check your balance? So all of that is a state issue where the message cannot carry the state. And so programmability allows you to embed the state and the settlement and the message in one transaction. So it's a very data-rich transaction, but it's also settled. As a finality, it's settled. So you know for sure that the transaction went through and the money's in the bank.
So it makes it a far more streamlined, seamless process, inevitably.
Yeah.
Gilbert, it's been a really interesting chat. Thank you so much for your time. We do appreciate it. We'll let you get back to the busy and buzzy event, but thank you again. We appreciate your time.
Thanks, Alex. It's great to be here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, y'all just heard it out of Gilbert Verdian's mouth himself, okay? How programmable payments and things of that nature will shape and will affect the world, from your biggest of your big down to how you pay your bills, you guys. Follow what I'm saying when I'm telling you what I'm telling you. What Quant Network is doing globally is unmatched, honestly, okay? But this next video, and before I play the next video, remember what Gilbert said earlier this year, that 2024 was the year of institutional mass adoption of blockchain, distributed ledger technologies. Follow what I'm saying. And to see him at things like EBAday, and for them to be at API Day, these things matter because these are the powers that be coming together, letting everyone else that falls in line up under them. This is what it is. This is how it's going to be. This is the rules. Now abide by them. Follow what I'm saying, you guys. This is nothing to just look over. Knowing about Quant Network in 2024, to me, is a blessing, okay? But with that being said, this next video is Quant Network's take on programmable payments, okay? My boy Maximus Crypto, you rock, brother.
Just a couple months ago, back in August, again, this particular citation, and if anything, written by Gilbert Verdian about pragmatic path to programmable payments. And as I take you down to the bottom part, it says here, for example, that there's an impact on this whole thing. Programmable payments will mean intelligent bank accounts with personalized logic will be built in. A customer could set up a rule which pays the rent only once their salary arrives, thereby avoiding unarranged overdraft fees. Similarly, they could tell their account to save 30% on their salary only when they have a balance that will remain over, for example, 3,000 euros, but they could also send their child 20 euros if their balance drops below, for example, 50 euros. Simple locks of this type will be among the first programmable payment use cases that come to market and will assist customers with their personal finances while reducing the time businesses spend chasing payments. Think about that. That's value, the internet of value. Now look at this part. This becomes even more interesting when we consider the possibilities of 2- and 3-party locks. Under the latter, funds could be pre-authorized in favor of a beneficiary with final settlement controlled by a third party. Use cases here include basically the conveyance with split payments and trade financing. Again, think of Quant, XDC, R3, Quant Network, R3. And again, back to the whole thing of the RLN, Regulated Liability Network. So that's aging well.
Now you just saw the pathway to programmable payments, okay? Really seep in. You saw Gilbert at EBAday. You heard the lady from JP Morgan in my last video at EBAday talking about interoperability. All of these things that at sometimes seem to have nothing in common or any connection, but to understand that the underlying connection truly is Quant and Overledger. Follow what I'm saying to you when I'm telling you Gilbert Verdian has pulled off something incredible. That man who I just played earlier in this video, for anyone who's paying attention to Quant Network, he's going to change their lives. But anyway, I thank y'all for tapping in. I thank y'all for tuning in. And if you made it to the end of this rant of a video, just simply type Overledger into the comments. That way I know you guys made it to the end of my video, okay? And y'all already know. Peace out.